Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video. Sasha tells Michael she is pregnant. Michael learns Sasha's carrying his child. And Isaiah has a dire warning for Sunny today on General Hospital. Valentine escapes with Charlotte. Anna has a warning for Brennan, and Alexis gives Ava bad news. Credit. ABC screenshot. Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. In Alex's office, Ava says she'll get to the point, and she knows Alexis is the trustee of the Cassadine estate. Ava assumes a clerical error has been made, and the Cassadine estate has taken money from her accounts, which she wants back. She asks Alexis to facilitate the return of her money, and she'll get out of her hair. Alexis says it gives her great pleasure to tell her that the Cassadine estate doesn't owe her a dime. Ava explains this money was part of her divorce settlement, and she was a good wife to Nicholas, and he didn't make it easy. Alexis says the Cassadines don't make it easy for anyone as they are bad people. She reminds Ava that she left Nicholas more times than she can count. Ava admits their relationship was volatile, but she loved him, and that's why Nicholas was generous. She says the money is rightfully hers, so give it back. Alexis says her job is to keep the estate whole until Ace is 21, so Ava can appeal to him then. Ava assumes Alexis is loving this. Alexis says it is a perk in a job she didn't want. Alexis says this money isn't hers to dispense, but Ava thinks she could find a way to help her if she wanted to. Alexis states she is protecting an innocent child who doesn't deserve any of this. Alexis shows her the door, letting her know that, according to the terms set by people in Greece who are not her, she'll never see a dime of that money again. Ava says she had to try, and this isn't over. She won't give up everything promised to her. Ava leaves, and Alexis says, couldn't have happened to a more deserving person. More. General Hospital and Seinfeld alum dead at 83. Michael calls Sasha into his office to talk. He explains he needs her help and thinks he and Willow are headed for a divorce. Michael explains she's filed for separation, and it seems Nina may be influencing her thoughts and decisions. He has no idea what is going on in Willow's head anymore. Sasha offers to reach out to Nina, but Michael isn't asking that. Michael says after speaking with Diane, he has to prepare for the worst. He may have to go public with Willow and Drew's affair. She assumes he wants to make sure their affair is kept secret. Michael says he never thought Willow would act this way, but she is still a good mother. Sasha believes so too, but divorce can be ugly, and people are whispering in Willow's ear right now. Michael doesn't want their kids to see the worst of him in Willow. He saw that with his own parents during their divorce. Sasha promises not to tell anyone about their night, as she's leaving town. This conversation has solidified it. Michael doesn't want her to leave town because of him. Sasha says she doesn't have a choice, and she's pregnant. Michael realizes the baby is his. She was hesitant to tell him. He thanks her for telling him, but asks why she was considering not doing it. She says this wasn't planned, but he won't let her go through this alone. She explains she wants this child and doesn't want anything from him. She knew if she told him that he'd want to be a father, but she doesn't want him involved. She doesn't want to hurt him, but a baby who is a Corinthos and a Quartermain will have a complicated life. The Quartermains have made backstabbing one another in art, and his father has put Michael in a certain position growing up, and she doesn't want this baby to have to deal with that either. Michael can't pretend he's not the father and wants to be a part of this baby's life. Sasha knows most women would love the support he's offering, but she's thinking long-term. This won't help his custody case with Willow. Michael hates having to choose between who he's a father to. Sasha says all she wants from Michael is his trust, that she'll be a good mom, and that she'll do what is right for their child. Michael hates it but understands. He will agree to her plan but needs something from her in return. More. Morris Bernard shares New Year's wish. In Sunny's gym, He struggles in the ring and grabs his chest. Isaiah appears, tells Sonny to take it easy, and introduces himself. He asks what is going on. Sonny says he has tightness in his chest. Isaiah finds his pulse is fast, so he asks Sonny to take deep breaths in and out. He believes he's experiencing atrial fibrillation and calls for an ambulance. The paramedics arrive, and Sonny's heart rate gets back to normal. He needs to be admitted to GH for observation, but Sonny says that isn't going to happen. The paramedics leave, and Isaiah tells him this is serious and asks if he has had symptoms before today. Sonny invokes doctor-client privilege and wants his word that nobody will know what happened here. He explains in his business, weak individuals are taken out. Isaiah won't tell anyone, but they are talking about his heart. Sonny asks if this will happen again. Isaiah asks him various questions, such as if he had symptoms before today. Sonny says he did. He also was shot in the chest 20 years ago, and his heart stopped. Isaiah recommends he see a cardiologist, as there is a chance this could happen again. If he acts on this, he could live many years, but if he ignores it, he'll have a heart attack or stroke soon. Isaiah says ignoring this would be foolish, and he doesn't think Sonny is a fool. He gets the feeling Sonny has a lot of people who care about him. Isaiah warns him that based on what he's seen today, Sonny has a ticking time bomb in his chest. More, will Sonny leave the mob? Drew arrives at the hospital and checks in with Willow after their eventful Christmas at Nina's. He asks how she's holding up. Willow says Lucas' words had an impact, and she's trying to focus on the future. She notes that speaking of the future, shouldn't he be on his way to DC? Drew says he was going to pick up Scout, but wanted to see her first. Willow is glad as now she can tell him that she's so proud of him, and soon he'll have much more important voices clamoring for his attention. He says she's the only voice that matters. He says this is happening because of her. She says she's happy for him. Drew says that is the reason he's here, and he'd like her to be at the swearing-in. She notes it doesn't feel right to go alone, so Drew says to bring Wiley as Scout will be there too. Willow thinks it's not a good idea, as she and Michael just separated, and the Quartermaines are keeping what's going on under wraps. If she comes with him, people may talk, and it could become a scandal. Drew doesn't see it as a scandal, and he'd like to spend an important moment in his life with people who matter to him. Willow says she was always planning to go, just with Michael, so she'll go anyways and she'll bring Wiley. Drew thanks her, as it will mean a lot to him and Scout. In Prague, Valentin accuses Lulu of lying and bringing Dante with her, but she swears she didn't, as Dante tries to reason with him, saying a life on the run is no life for a little girl. On a nearby roof, someone has a rifle aimed on Valentin. Charlotte approaches them, but Lulu suggests she go back to her seat, and they'll be done soon. She does, and Valentin says he's not afraid to make a scene in front of his daughter. Lulu suggests they calm down before they attract more attention than they have. Suddenly, a shot rings out and pierces the window. Dante grabs Lulu and dives to the ground, and Valentin hits the floor too. Lulu rushes to look for Charlotte, as we see Colette on the roof of the building packing up her gun. More, Eva LaRue reveals her age. In Port Charles, Anna shows up at Brennan's Metro courtroom and says they have a serious problem. He invites her in and notes he does have an office. He asks why she's here. Anna says Lulu and Dante went to Prague to search for Charlotte, and she assumes he already knows this. As they argue, Jack's phone rings. He goes to answer his phone, and it's Colette. She says there is a complication and that Valentin has gone missing with the girl. Suddenly, Anna tasers Brennan, who passes out. Brennan eventually wakes up handcuffed to some furniture. He asks if this is her idea of foreplay. Well, things aren't going to work out between them. Anna says she needs to talk to him, and he needs to hear her. She says Emma told her that they met, and that is the first and last time he is to speak to Emma. He explains he was only talking to Joss when she introduced him to Emma. He only met her for all of 30 seconds. Brennan says she looks a lot like she did years ago, and likely has her temperament. Anna tells Jack that Emma is not to be used by him or the WSB, and that he will not destroy her life the way he has so many others. She tells him that Emma is off limits. Brennan can appreciate her concern for Emma, but she could have done this without the theatricality. She says now he knows how far she'll go for those she loves. He gives her this one, but says if she comes for him again, it will end very differently. Back in Prague, Valentin and Charlotte have escaped. Lulu tells Dante she put an AirTag in Charlotte's bag, and they can track them with it.